Have you ever looked at an old baby photo of yourself and thought, I know that's me, but I don't remember any of it? Maybe your parents tell stories about your first birthday, your first steps, or the time you somehow covered the entire living room in cereal. Those moments shape the beginning of your life. Yet to you, they might as well have happened to someone else. So why can you remember something embarrassing from middle school, but not the first few years of your life? Today, we're exploring the surprising psychology behind why almost no one can remember being a baby. Most people assume those memories simply disappeared over time, but psychology tells a different story. It's not that your early experiences never happened. Your brain just wasn't ready to store them in the way it does today. Scientists call this phenomenon infantile amnesia. Despite the name, it isn't a disease or a memory problem. It simply means that most adults can't consciously remember events from the first 2 or 3 years of life. In fact, our earliest clear memories usually don't appear until we're around 3 to 4 years old. Before then, your brain is learning at an incredible speed, but it's organizing information very differently. Here's where it gets fascinating. One of the brain's most important memory centers is the hippocampus. It's responsible for helping turn experiences into long-term memories. When you're a baby, this part of the brain is still developing. Imagine trying to save files on a computer that's still being built. The experiences are real, but the system for storing them isn't fully finished yet. But that's only part of the story. Memory isn't just about storing events. It's also about telling yourself a story. Adults remember moments because they can place them into a personal timeline. That happened before I started school. That was after I moved. Babies don't have that kind of self-awareness yet. They experience the world moment by moment, without the strong sense of identity that helps older children and adults organize memories. There's another reason most people don't realize. Language plays a huge role in memory. As children learn words, they also learn how to describe experiences. Being able to name people, places, and emotions makes memories easier to organize and retrieve. Before you could speak, you experienced happiness, fear, curiosity, and comfort. But without language, those experiences were much harder to turn into lasting stories your future self could remember. That doesn't mean your early years were forgotten completely. In fact, they may still influence you every day. Even if you can't remember being comforted by a parent or learning to trust the people around you, your brain remembers those experiences in different ways. Psychologists believe many early experiences shape how we respond to stress, form relationships, and feel safe around others, even without conscious memories. Think about how a familiar smell can suddenly make you feel calm, or why a certain lullaby feels strangely comforting, even if you don't remember hearing it before. Your conscious mind may not recognize the memory, but other parts of your brain can still hold on to emotional associations. That's why memories aren't always pictures in your head. Sometimes they're feelings you can't quite explain. Most people also imagine memory as a video camera recording every second of life. But that's not how memory works. Every time you remember something, your brain rebuilds the event using bits of information, emotions, and meaning. That's one reason childhood memories can become fuzzy over time. Your brain is less interested in preserving every detail than it is in keeping the lessons that helped you understand the world. Here's where things become even more interesting. Some people claim they remember being 1 or 2 years old. While a few early memories may be real, psychologists have found that many are actually reconstructed from family stories, old photographs, or videos watched later in life. Over time, your brain can blend those outside sources with imagination until they feel like genuine memories. So if you can't remember your first birthday, your first words, or the first time you laughed, that's completely normal. It doesn't mean those moments weren't important. They helped build the person you are today, even if you can no longer replay them in your mind. The next time you see an old photo of yourself as a baby, remember this. You're looking at the beginning of a story your brain was still learning how to write. Those early chapters may be missing from your conscious memory, but they still helped shape every chapter that came after. Now I'm curious, what's the earliest memory you can clearly remember? How old do you think you were? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoy discovering the hidden psychology behind everyday life, subscribe for more videos like this. And in the next one, we'll explore another strange thing your brain does every single day, without you ever noticing.